Hello everybody, it is your host, Sleepy Hoax, and today I'm going to be talking about things I hate in anime. Yep, that's right, I'm going to be complaining. Let's go! So, why am I making this video? One, I'm spiteful. One, I had this idea in the back of my head to just talk about things that I don't particularly like in anime and manga, some tropes, if you will. And two, it was either this video or another video of rating Disney princes, because I've been playing Disney Dreamlight Valley way too much, and I think Kristoff is flirting with me in the game constantly. So, as I was recording that video, I thought it was really funny. I think it's really funny, but at the same time I thought I was being really awkward and very cringe about everything. So I was like, maybe I shouldn't post this. Let's post this other one that I was working on. Yeah, sounds good. So here we are. I'm complaining today. So, starting off strong, we are going to be talking about Tsunderes. If you don't know what a tsundere is, here is the Urban Dictionary definition of what a tsundere is, but it also coincides with Wikipedia's definition of what a tsundere is, so they're basically the same from the two different sides. I just wanted to let you know. So, tsundere is a Japanese term for a character development process that describes a person who is initially cold and sometimes, majority of the time, even hostile, before gradually showing a warmer, friendlier side over time. The word is derived from the terms sun, meaning to turn away in disgust, and dere, meaning to become lovey-dovey. Originally found in Japanese bishoujo games, the word is now part of the otaku moe phenomenon, reaching into other media such as maid cafes, anime, manga, novels, and even mass media. The term was made popular in the visual novel. There it is on the screen. I'm gonna be real with you, Chief. I tried saying it. I don't think my pronunciation was that good, so here it is. Me. I hate him, but I love him. Lily. Moo, you're a tsundere. Haha. Me. F off, Lily. Oh my god, don't even say anything about that. Ew, disgusting. So let me give you some background on why I don't like tsundere characters. My first, I guess you can say, tsundere character that I've seen was probably Misty from Pokemon, but that's not really like a case because I had no idea what tsunderes were when I was like 4 and watching Pokemon, so we're gonna let that slide. May and Dawn were the best Pokemon girls, let's be honest. Sinnoh, best region, cannot tell me otherwise, cannot change my mind. But when I started to get really into anime and I started to understand like character types, the Familiar of Zero was probably the first hardcore tsundere that I've seen. I watched Soul Eater, and of course Maka is a tsundere, but she wasn't like too bad, where the Familiar of Zero truly shined with its tsundere character, and I hate it so much because of it. I have never dropped a show faster because of a character in said show than the Familiar of Zero. I hope that majority of you don't know what the Familiar of Zero is, because it's a really old, ecchi anime, 2006 to be precise, and the main female character in the show, her name is Louise. Louise was terrible. She is the most stereotypical, blatant tsundere character that you can ever think of, times 1,000. I hated her so much. I watched a couple episodes of the show and then immediately dropped it. I couldn't stand her character and the way she treated the main male character, which, by the way, I was trying to look up the show to be like, am I remembering the few episodes that I watched correctly? And I did, because she literally kidnaps this boy from Japan, enslaves him, and tortures him on the daily, and then literally everyone's okay with it. Everyone thinks it's fine. They just think of him as like a dog, you know, like an animal, like some sort of beast, and it's so dumb. It's so dumb. I hate this show so much. Hate her, hate him, hate this entire show. It needs to end. I'm so glad no one talks about it. This sparked my hatred of tsunderes. I hate their personality. They just can't communicate. I hate that they're either violent with the male love interest or just extremely cold, saying, I don't want to talk to you, don't talk to me, and then they proceed to not talk to the male interest, and and the male interest does not talk to her, and then she just starts talking to him like out of the blue, and it makes no sense. Like, you say you don't want to talk to him, yet here you are literally going up to him and starting the conversation. Like, I don't get it. I don't understand. You are a very conflicting person. And then I don't understand how it goes from there constantly being very physical with the male love interest, or being extremely rude and mean to the male love interest, and then he starts falling in love with her, and then she starts falling in love with him. It doesn't make sense. Like, do you just like to be hurt? Is that it? Does all male love interests who choose tsundere characters just like to be like in pain? I don't understand. Another thing that I hate a lot about tsundere characters is that the fact that usually the tsundere character is in a love triangle for the male lead with the second female lead, and the second female lead is usually like shy or just overall a better human being than the tsundere character. And majority of the time, almost all of the time, the second female lead is usually ignored or just not picked as the love interest. That always just angers me so much every time that's the case, and I've dropped a couple of manga when I was reading it because of that being the case. I'm like, I can't do this anymore. I'm out. Like, no sir, not for me. I hate romances. I hate romances. As someone who is working towards having an educational major in college, I hate this. I hate this so much. This really does disgust me, and I know it's really student-teacher relationships in Japan is very popular for some odd reason, but again, as someone who is in the educational field, this disgusts me. I can't. Every time I see it, I like have a visceral reaction to just reading it, and I'm like, no, I have to put it down. This is disgusting. I am no longer touching it, and then I am just going to talk smack about it for the rest of my days. But then people would be like, well, you didn't read it all the way through, and I'd be like, oh, well, what am I going to do now? So I have two specific examples of this, but I read them all the way through. I can still talk smack about them because I read them all the way through. They're gross. They're disgusting. I hate them. Bad storytelling. Get wrecked. These relationships usually have a really, really bad power dynamic. You have the teacher who is in a position of power, an authoritative position, versus a literal child. Someone who is very impressionable, and for the teacher to just half the time go along with it or be the one pressing on the matter is just, it's so bad. Like, they should know because they're older how bad this is, but they go along with it anyways, or they're the instigators, and I hate it. It grosses me out every stinking time I see it. I'm just like, nope, not for me. No. And I get so mad and angry about it because I'm like, this is gross, this is disgusting. Why are you doing this? Like, I always get so mad at the teachers because they're just doing it anyways. It's like, oh. And two examples that I have of this are Dreamin' Sun and Daytime Shooting Star. And if you're going to say Dreamin' Sun doesn't have a student-teacher relationship, may I remind you that the main male love interest, he wanted to be an English teacher before his father forced him to not be an English teacher, so she would have been his student. Point matched. Suck it. Anyways, I don't really want to get into talking about these two because these two manga get me so enraged that I will talk for hours about it, and you don't want to be put through this. Trust me. My friends hate it whenever I speak the name of these two manga because of how much I talk about it in a very angry sense. It makes me mad. It makes me mad. I'm still not over it. Anyways, read them yourself and you'll understand, 110% understand what I'm talking about. So originally I was going to talk about boring female characters, specifically from the shows Amnesia, Diabolical Lovers, Brothers Conflict, and honestly, any reverse harem anime that is not Ouran High School Host Club. But then I read a manhwa last night. The manhwa was alright, the art style was pretty cute, the story was mediocre at best, I've seen it done 1,000 times, and I was kind of looking forward to see where the story would go. After reading a few chapters, I started getting this really weird vibe from the manhwa, and I was like, okay, let's see what happens in the future. I skipped to chapter 37. It has 37 chapters to its name, I believe, so keep that in mind. And I looked, and oh my god. This... I don't even know how to phrase it. The girl had been severely mistreated all of her life, to the point that she was like very much emotionally neglected, and she really didn't understand what love is. So as someone was explaining love to her, she was like, oh, that sounds like the feeling that I get when I think about my uncle. Mind you, they weren't uncle and niece by blood, but it's still really weird when you like think of someone like as like familia ties, and it's just like, oh no, oh, I don't like where this is going, because I thought it was gonna be like a cute little like, you know, father figure with like, you know, this really messed up girl. It, like, you know, they both use each other to like heal and stuff, and like it's great, and like good times, like this father figure will actually like treat her right. And yeah, he does, the uncle does, but then it turns out to like she starts falling in love with her uncle, and granted, again, they're not by blood, but I hate it. I was just like, that is, we are on a thin line, we're dancing on it, and we can fall instantly over to the wrong side in a click of a second. So please, like, let's not. I removed myself quickly from the situation. I was like, I am not dealing with that at all. But yeah, no, Lifeless characters really suck. But these are the 3, or rather 4 things that I hate about anime and manga, like truly do. Whenever I see them, they really do annoy me, and I can't even put up with it. If you like any of these tropes, I will be judging you silently, so just know that that is there. Thanks everyone for watching. Stay happy, stay healthy, and stay sleepy. I'll see you all later. At the time of this recording, I have 104 subscribers. Thank you everyone so much. That's really amazing. Never thought that would happen. So as always, let's give ourselves some unrealistic expectations, and let's shoot for 1,000 subscribers. But no, really, thanks to everyone for subscribing. I hope you all enjoy these videos. I have a lot of fun making these videos, and this is something that's been really therapeutic in a sense, to make these videos and just post and have no expectations for this channel. It's been fun. So I'll see you all next time. Later.